Alright, what do I want to play today? Okay.
All the words that you say, one actor in the play, speak louder than me. I know you will. Speak louder than me.
What is going on, my people? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your boy and the Seem the Dream. We are back with another video, an important video, and a video that I promised that I'd come out with. I needed a lot more time to really think about this, as I know I am very late to the party, but trust me when I say I've been playing this since it released. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the full album review from French singer, songwriter, producer Oklou with her debut record, Choke Enough. Allow me to introduce you to the amazing singer, songwriter, producer Marie-Lou Vanina Maynil, a French-born singer based in London, England, has been a rapid favorite for experimental ambient music across the board, especially when associated with the record label NUXX that is associated with artists such as Sego Bodega, Cuckoo Chloe, and Shy Girl, whom are the founders of that label, later collaborating with names like Blade, Jane Remover, Carolina Polachek, Flume, A.G. Cook, and even Dua Lipa, which was the first time Oklou caught my attention with her Fever remix. I found myself to be just so curious with this young woman's vision, and as I really found myself so interested with these mixes of trance style influences, ambient music, electronica, R&B, pop music that she possessed so well with her great talent and her styles as a producer and a creator. When playing the 2020 mixtape Galore, I can't collectively say as an experience I was convinced that there was going to be this awakening in the future between Oklou, and especially if we even look at the 2014 tape Avril. But this is a category of experimental pop and R&B that I have been really such a big fan of, and something that I was really looking forward to for the future to see, especially from Oklou, as I really did enjoy some of the projects and collaborators she was concluding with, especially when getting credentials as a producer. I was fully thrown off by how good this was, how genuinely immersed I felt during this play. This thing is an absolute space odyssey. It is a glamorous adventure of a calming, crystalline, cotton soft goodness from start to finish. Entering Endless, this is a track that not only gave me this first impression that we're gonna get something really good, really delicate, really beautiful, and electronica music and an ambient music, but we're also getting something that has this euphoric sensation as we glide through and we get to the track Thank You for Recording, display these amazing treble frequencies harmonizing with the lead vocals, all the way through the first combining balance of dynamic that we hear in the track Family and Friends. At this point, the album has me in its full hallucination. I am absolutely hypnotized by everything that is all collective in here with its just amazing ambient deliciousness. The songs just come off as so gentle but hard-hitting at times too, but hardly any traditional drum patterns that include in the whole set of the record. A lot of these tracks can really come off as very gentle and very emotionally driven and hard-hitting, but the odd thing is that with the drum sequences and patterns that we do have included in here, we mostly don't have the entire set of a drum in any of these tracks. And if anything, they're mostly led with the rhythmics by the synthesizers, which is notably the most intriguing thing about this project. I mean, was something that kind of really holds back on those hard-hitting, really structures in a song, especially with something that you normally hear in pop and R&B. You feel like you're going to be missing out on something that kind of might feel a little bit more hollow, but it doesn't. Somehow that decision made the entire craft of this record more intimate, more affectionate, and it's just so hard to wrap my head around that notion, as the amount of times I went through these tracks and the album as a total, I can't believe the amount of times I am really just glued and grooving with these sounds. I mean, I am absolutely gone. I am immersed. I am I'm in an autopilot mood at this point. Like they're directing me all the way through while just getting around with these various synthesizers that combine with warm bass selections and then minimal organic instrumentation, which has such a potent effect to the album, along with the combination and beautiful chemistry with the beautifully processed vocals that are just astounding to listen to. There's something about the soft hitting delicacy about Ice Cream Truck. This almost feels like a detoxifying moment in the album, which is baffling because it feels like we weren't really overwhelmed with anything yet. I think if anything, we're just getting so much fresh air and just openness at this point. So to have something like this at a moment we are already deep in our calming feeling in this, like in the state of meditation, it feels even more euphoric than it normally already did. There doesn't feel like anything is bloating in here, overpowering any sounds that are trying to accompany you with. I just feel like there's genuinely nothing over or underproduced here. She understands her vocal range so well and is executing the writing on here so beautifully and seamlessly. And when we talk about the hardest hitting tracks on the album, Take Me By the Hand, Blade Bird, and Harvest Sky, which were also some of the earlier tracks that were released along with the other tracks by Obvious and Family and Friends, these songs sound like major celebrations in the album. I mean, when they come on, it feels like the earth has stopped moving. It has me locked in, paralyzed at this moment. I am absolutely mesmerized by how infectious this is. It's baffling to me how something so subtle can come off as so needed and you didn't even realize. And we've been getting a lot of projects, a lot of influences in general with entertainment that are really following off some Y2K influences. This is clearly one of those things where it could definitely fall under that same category, which could be a little bit uninteresting and maybe even a bit of a fatigue to somebody that wants to come in and play this because maybe they feel like that's mainly all they hear, all they see at the moment. But I will say that I don't feel like this one mimics those same formulas. I truly feel like Oklou came with a realized vision that was very focused, very well executed, that she just so slightly tweaked in this recipe that it resulted in something so fresh and unique and memorable. I know I should have came out with this review sooner, especially when I first heard it, which was the week after it was finally released, and I did have really final feelings on there, but I'm glad I didn't review it because I don't think I would have gave the album enough time to really digest and to really understand how this record made me feel. If there were moments in the record that I feel like maybe I kind of just overlooked and maybe just got a little too excited for. I have spent a lot of time with the album to be sure about my final rating. Not to mention, I have not seen that many content creators talk about the album, which is crazy. It's absolutely crazy because I am giving Oklou's Choke Enough a 100%. I've thought about that for a while, but I did not want to make the mistake of jumping into conclusions and feeling like later on that maybe this rating wasn't justified. If anything, above a 9 is just minimum to me, for my personal interest, of course. But I wanted to make sure that I felt sure about the album. And then just a bit of that enragement comes with just not enough content creators talking about this album. I know the fans. I know you guys, if you're watching this, I know you love this album because it is so good. But I hope this does some justice because I think more people need to talk about this album. I love this style of electronica. It is so addicting to me, and what combined with ambient music and then with this style of R&B is just it's too personal to me. So I am sure about this album, and it is a masterpiece. I adore it. That is my review of Oklou's Choke Enough. Guys, let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of this album. What would you give the rating of it? What are some of your favorite songs in there? Please let me know down in the comments and what you want me to listen to next. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to help the channel grow because it means everything to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Deuces.
All the words that you say, one actor in the play.